At DEKOR, we pride ourselves in innovation, and today I'm going to introduce Laccent by DEKOR Lighting. It is a super cool product. We're going to go over the overview of the wiring, the bracing required, installing the base, and cutting in the deck boards to the fixture. What's amazing about Laccent by DEKOR Lighting is this lens. This lens is attractive during the day, and at night it allows light to pass through to create beautiful patterns. It's available in two colors, our titanium black, our forged bronze, and three patterns. You have the willow, you have the illusions, and you have the cosmic. We also offer it in a family, the 5.5-inch inlay, the 1.5 by 5.5, either an inlay or as a stair riser, and then the railing sconce for your post. There are two LED temperatures. We offer a cool temperature and then a warm temperature. The required tools are going to be a drill. You'll need a jigsaw, skill saw, a square to make sure you mark your line straight. You'll need the necessary bits and a 1/2-inch drill bit, tape measure, and you'll need either a pencil or a Sharpie, something to make your marks. All right, let's get to the install. It's very important that you come up with a design and a plan of where you're going to locate these fixtures. I can't stress enough how important a design plan is. This way you know where everything is going to go prior to starting the project. You can see here that the larger square inlay, it's straight with the decking. Here we have the smaller rectangle shaped inlay where it's horizontal or vertical. If you prefer to have it in a 45 degree, you can position it this way. Next, I want to talk about bracing. Here you have a 16-inch on-center joist spacing. I went ahead and placed the marks where the block will be located. I also preset the screws. This block we painted black. We painted it black basically so we don't see the white of the pine wood showing through. It's not necessary, just something that we decided to do. So you cut the block. Once you've done that, I'm going to place it in position. So once the block is secured, your base is going to be mounted directly on top of it. It's important that you measure. The deck board is at an inch in thickness. If you're using like dimensional lumber, for example, that's going to be 1.5 inches. So that this bracing would need to be adjusted accordingly for the thickness of whatever deck board you decide to use. I've put my bracing in. I've located where it needs to be mounted. I take the base, the lens will be removed and the board, and I put it in the position. Now this orientation is in line with the deck boards. I simply take the mounting screws with a Phillips bit. I'm going to lock it into place. Now the base is secure. It's mounted to the brace. I'm going to take a 1/2-inch drill bit and I'm going to drill through the block. Once I've done that, I'm going to take our LED light board that comes with a 6-inch pigtail. This is our new 2-wire system that's threaded. I'm going to fish that through the hole, lay my board into place, and I'm going to take the mounting screws for the board. We'll place them in this hole. Using a handheld Phillips, tighten them down. There are a total of 4. Okay, now I've mounted the board. I have the 4 fasteners securing it into place. I'm going to grab my lens of choice. There is a tab here, which means it's keyed. Also on the base itself, you'll see this little groove. You want to make sure this tab fits in that groove. This lens also locks or secures tightly with magnets in the corner. If possible, run your wiring prior to installing your deck boards. The wiring is the DEKOR plug-and-play system, very user-friendly. It's keyed. They go in together very easy with the locking collar. So I'm going to take a measurement, from the outside of the deck frame to the fixture with the appropriate gap, and I'm going to cut a deck board here. I'm going to cut a deck board in between, and then I'm going to cut a third deck board on the other side. Here we have positioned it in a 45 degree. Here, as you can see, it splits 2 deck boards, so notching would be required. You can see that I've cut the deck boards to fill in between the two Accents by DEKOR inlays. I'm going to go ahead and slide the center one in place. Make sure that my gap is even on both sides. Once I've done that, I'll put the lens, which will just snap into place. All right, see how easy this is? Our final step is to plug in our light. So you want to look at the key on the male end to the female end to push into place. Then you take the collar, slide it into place, and then tighten it up. All right, we're going to move on to a step riser. You can see I've traced the location of where I want the light to be mounted. I recommend it being 1.5 inches down from the bottom of the stair tread. It's a great position as far as height and illumination onto the step. We want to cut a bracing block that will be mounted between the stair stringers. Again, I painted it black. It's a preference. It's not something that you have to do. You're going to slide this into place behind and then mount it to each stringer on each side. Before I install the necessary brace to support the stair riser, I'm going to go ahead and cut this line out to be able to slide our riser into this cutout. The shape of the light has a radius on the corner, so the preferred method is to take a 1/2 inch drill into the corner. After drilling the 4 holes in the corner, I'm going to use a jigsaw to complete my cut. Okay, I made my final cuts with the jigsaw. I'm going to remove that piece. I'm going to grab the block that I cut. May need to use a rubber mallet if you cut it tight like I did. Okay, and grab a 3-inch minimum deck screw. My bracing has been installed. I have notched for my base of the stair riser. I'm going to take the stair riser base and put it into that notched area. We'll take the included mounted screws positioned into the base, and I'll go ahead and secure it tight. Next step, I'm going to drill a hole through here to allow for my wire to pass through the back brace. Now that the hole is drilled and the debris has been removed, I will install our board. So I slid the pigtail through the drilled hole, place this in position, and I'm going to put a screw here and there to lock the board into place. All right, I'm finishing the last wiring. The collar is tight. You can see the light is on, and as you can see, the installation was very simple. Now we've installed all the deck lighting, it's time to move on to our rail lighting. The first step you need to make is take your cabling and fish it through your post. In this case, it's aluminum post. There are many different brands and types of posts on the market. We are showcasing the 2.5 inch aluminum post. So I fished that through, make sure it runs entirely through the post and into the frame. We're gonna take our light. This is the Accent by DEKOR sconce. We're gonna plug it in, make sure you maintain polarity. You can see how easy those connections are. And then the collar, you're gonna twist it on and secure it in place. I applied a piece of tape here as best practice. That way, when you're moving around, this cable does not fall into the hollow post. Once you have connected the light, we're gonna remove this tape. Now that the tape's removed, I'm gonna fish the cabling through the post. And once I've done that, I'm gonna put the light fixture into position. Make sure that it is centered on the post. Whatever size post you're using, use a Sharpie or a pencil, and you're gonna mark 2 spots. It is recommended in aluminum that you go ahead and pre-drill. This is a 3/32 inch bit. So go to those marks. Okay, now that I've drilled the holes, I'm gonna wipe off the excess. Then position the back plate. I'm going to take my included mounting screws. We're going to fasten the back plate. Okay, once that back plate is secure, the light board's in place, which is part of the back plate. We take the cover, the sconce cover, this is the Cosmic, in the forged bronze, and just slide it into place. Lock it down and you'll hear a snap. Let's fire it up. This is Laxent by DEKOR. We're super excited about this product. For more information or to order, visit dekorlighting.com.